everybody. So I don't think you watch my videos to look at weather reports, but the weather report for Oklahoma is we went from 80 degrees day after Christmas to like 0 degrees coming up this weekend. So I see half the country is going to have snow, so get wrapped up, get ready for it, get all those cars with antifreeze in them and all your doggies and animals put up, because they will not like it outside. All right, here we go. Got a weird one here. Chicago desserts. Have a question. What does double recessive mean in dogs? And then he goes on to the second part of the question. Let's handle the first part first. So a dog that is double recessive means that he has two copies of a recessive gene. Most genes are recessive. The blue gene is recessive. A dog that is big D, little d has a single copy of recessive. It doesn't show blue, but it can produce blue puppies. A dog that is double recessive, little d, is a blue dog and will give off that blue gene to every single puppy that it produces. Doesn't mean that all the puppies will be blue. It depends on what the other half, the other part of the breeding, whether that dog has a blue gene or not, as to decide whether those puppies will in fact be blue or just be blue carriers of the recessive gene. So recessive gene, majority of these colors that you see are recessive genes. Blue, chocolate, cream, the AY gene. Gotta be careful on the A gene, so let's just take them off the table. Pied, they are all recessive genes. Now the ones that aren't recessive are merles and brindles. A single copy of either of those can produce either a brindle dog or a merle dog. So the second part of his question is, I have a female animal genetics sent back paperwork saying she's double recessive for merle. That'd be little m. That is not what you want, by the way, because little m dogs tend to have problems with eyesight and hearing. So I'm hoping that your dog is okay. You then go on to say, and do not carry merle. I don't quite know what you mean by that, but I'm guessing that what you mean is that you have a dog that tested for two copies of merle, but it doesn't look merle. So merle can be a bit confusing because you can have what's called a cryptic merle. A cryptic merle is a dog that has the merle gene but doesn't show it in its coat, and those dogs can be bred back to another merle relatively safely. 4% chance of problems. It's pretty light. So in my experience, you can see dogs that have just a little bit of merle, maybe just on the muzzle, maybe on an ear, have a little bit of merle. Those are merle dogs, and they will produce merles. And they should not be bred back to another merle, because you don't want what you apparently have, a little m, double recessive merle dog. That is basically a no-no. Can I mate her to a merle dog to get merle puppies out of her? So, now we're back to this, don't breed a merle to a merle. We're a little confused here on exactly what you've got. If you have a double cryptic merle dog, you absolutely could breed that back to a merle and you'd probably be fine. If this in fact is I think you need some clarification from animal genetics exactly what they're saying you've got here. If you go to other testing sites like UC Davis, they actually put a number by it and they'll let you know whether you maybe have a cryptic merle. So we're a bit confused, at least I certainly am, on what you're saying here. But if you had a dog that is a merle, you would not breed that back to a merle. If you had a dog that was a cryptic merle, you could breed that back to a merle. If you had a dog that's little m double merle, I'm hoping there are two copies of cryptic, or maybe one copy of cryptic and one copy of regular merle, and you'd get away with it. But I'd expect that dog to look merle. Long-winded answer, sorry about that. Oh, I'm going to get nasty on this one. You may want to turn the video off. Michael Fisher. Hey Michael, how are you? I don't know if you've come across something like this before, but my stud dog got it wrong and mated my female dog in her anus. I only realised this when they became detached and his penis was covered in poop. I'm sorry to laugh. I'm hoping you all find this funny too. I tried to clean it. Oh dear. I tried to clean it with a washcloth, but he screamed in pain, so I stopped immediately. I hope you don't mind me asking, how dangerous do you think this is for him and also for her? Many thanks. We're going to get graphic, Well, the first thing is, nothing. Look, you're not going to get a pregnant dog. And And there's no harm's going to come to either dog. The only place that you can get harm to this, is feces have lots of contaminants in it, and you wanna get your dog cleaned up one way or another. If you don't, it'll probably be fine. It'll all probably come out in the wash anyway. But I mean, if you think about humans, some humans do this on a regular basis, and they're still walking around amongst us without us knowing any better. So the answer is there's no great harm. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go any further. You don't have a problem. It'll be fine. Teach your dog his manners. He's got to ask before he does that. Oh dear. Sorry. Oh, how many minutes are we into this so I can calm myself down? That was a funny one. Platinum dogs, what are they and how you make them? El Simondo says it's called a blue fawn colour in America. No. A platinum in America, and as far as I know anywhere else in the world, is a very specific dog. A platinum is a dog that is little d blue, little co, untestable chocolate, little e cream. That is a platinum dog. An Isabella dog would be little b in place of little co, and a new shade would be little b, little co. What you called a blue fawn is a dog that would be little d, ayat. That would be a blue fawn in my book. Or excuse me, that'd be blue sable. Would be little d, ayay. That is a blue fawn, not a platinum. Somebody says I explained it very well. Well, thank you. Chicago desserts. You're going to run out of questions today. Was yours the one with the No. That was Michael Fisher who had the anal issue. So, Isabella's a new shade chocolates and Frenches. So Chicago desserts says what? I have a male, little d, big D, copy of blue, NCO, one copy of cocoa, AYA, little e, also carries intensity and merle. Okay, so that dog, by the way, is not going to make an Isabella, because I think we're going to start asking questions about Isabella and new shades. And remember, an Isabella is little b, and a new shade is little b, little co. Let's see what his question is. I have a female that carries blue. She's blue. She carries cocoa. My question is, would I be able to create lilac? Would I be able to create lilac pups? Yes, you would. So a lilac pup. I don't know why you've got where you start off with the new shade. Well, maybe that's just Would I be able to put lilac pups? Yes. So an answer is a big D, little D with a dog that has one copy of blue and one copy of cocoa. Bred back to a blue dog with one copy of cocoa. You'd expect to get half the litters being blue, of which, of those half litters, you'd expect 1/4 of them to be cocoa. So the answer is 1/8 of your dogs would be lilacs. And then you ask about lilac fawns. Yeah, you could. I mean, it's a bit thin, isn't it? 1 in 8 chance. You had 8 puppies, you expect 1 to be it. If you had 4 puppies, probably not going to get one. You might get lucky, you might not. I mean, remember, this is all statistical nature. It's like flipping a coin. You can't guarantee what the next toss is going to be, but if you toss the coin enough times, it's going to be half heads and half tails. So the statistics say that you've got a 1 in 8 chance. It doesn't mean that you could have a single puppy and not get it. You could, but it'd be unlikely. Jerry McDaniel says, what is red versus chocolate? Well, they're rather different, aren't they? So a chocolate dog is little co, or little b. That is a chocolate dog. A red dog is a dog that is neither chocolate or blue or cream, that is typically AYAY or AYAT, or could be AYA. The red comes into play because of things like the intensity gene. So red dogs and fawn dogs have the same genetics, but the shade of red in red dogs can vary quite a bit. And by the way, you could get a cream dog that look red too. So it's a bit confusing, because when you say a dog is blue, it doesn't mean that we know what shade of blue it's going to be. It could be anything from a very light blue, a fawn blue, to a very dark blue. So there's other genes in there that play a part of this. But red and chocolate are completely different things. So that's really the takeaway of that. My question is, this guy's got lots of dogs, been breeding for 11 years. My question also is, if she has a lilac pup, would there be any concerns breeding her to a blue? No, absolutely not. If you bred a lilac to a blue, what would you get? The answer is all blue dogs that carry chocolate. Every time. Every time. No problems with it at all. The only things that you don't want to breed back to are morals to morals. That is the big no-no. The rest of it, on genetics-wise, you can mix all your colours up all you want, and you may get the colours that you want, you may not. You know, things like brindle can overpower things, and you've heard me talk about brindles before, that I'm not hot on brindles as far as in DNA in dogs. Doesn't mean I don't like the colour, but the answer is you can mix and match these colours as you see fit. Somebody says I'm the professor in dog breeding. Well, thank you very much. I'm not the professor, but I do try to help people. Well, here's one here where someone is just being, really fairly hateful in their comments. So let's just talk about this for a moment. I think we'll just finish this video up. Just, you can wind down on this if you don't want to hear the hateful comment. So the hateful comment is that your information is crap and you're a puppy mill. I mean, I don't understand people like this. I'm sure you're a very nice person. I'm not even going to put your name out here, because I personally would be embarrassed if I put that comment in here. If I felt that about a video that I was watching, I'd just not watch the video. So, I'm absolutely not a puppy mill. And so, what is a puppy mill? A puppy mill is a person who's just chunking dogs out, really doesn't care about the health and well-being of dogs. I would classify that as a puppy mill. I'm very, very far from that. All of my females are in the house all the time. They are, parts of our family. They're members of the family. The stud dogs are a slightly different story. You can't have lots of stud dogs in your house, so they're rather different, but they're not a mill. And then, I just don't understand people who make, hateful comments. It's like, look, I'm open to criticism all the time, and I absolutely understand that I don't know everything about this, and I'm like you in the learning process. So, I like it when people give me constructive criticism. I always respond to constructive criticism. But comments like that are just going to get deleted. So I brought this up just to make that so that, you're wasting your time if you're just going to bash me. And, you can bash me and have a comment that explains why you're bashing me and what I've done wrong. I'm all open to that. But if it's just a nasty comment, I don't understand why people do this. It's like, life is too short. Get along with your fellow human beings. Be nice to people. Give people some credit. It's just frustrating. It's like, I do all of this to help you. This is all information that I give to try to help people understand what they're doing with their dogs. I'm not doing this for self-gratification. Anyway, enough of that. That comment's going to get deleted. If you look for it, it won't be there. If you put a comment up there that's negative, explain why it's negative, and I'll absolutely respond to it. And I will leave it up there too so other people can see it. But if you just put something up that's just a nasty comment, it's going to get deleted. There we are. I'm off my rant. But I did enjoy the dog with the getting it in the wrong hole. I thought that was great. Hey, New Year's coming up. Everybody be safe. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.